As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Great beginning there under the bright lights of prime time.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in prime time is on you.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And that's going to be another first down. Good running for him to start the drive. This one 11 yards.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays. And what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Tackle by the corner, C.J. Henderson. The Vikings sit 6-5 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
You look at this Raiders defense.
There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. And he will have the Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, this defense for the Raiders very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 6.
Now it's Wilson. They'll roll him out right.
Making the catch, this is the tight end, Oliver.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. He got 29 yards that time.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Cooper, the man in motion left. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Badgley's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Bust through the tackle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You look at this Raiders defense.
They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job, What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Wilson. Flush to his right. He's got a man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Raiders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed just to...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson
Completes this to Elijah Higgins.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
2nd down and 3.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Gets around him. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings add 6 to their lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second is Watson. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 3rd and 4 now. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Faking the give. Now Watson. Throw left side to Higgins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Rolling to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Watson off play action. And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
Chase Claypool,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders have cut it back within a score.
Extra point safely through. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
That's caught by Chosen.
And a pretty little juke move there and a nice gain. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Here's Wilson.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
126 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in his first half.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangwu. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Second and 7, operating from the 34.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now Wilson on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown! Amari Cooper with career touchdown number 75. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now it's Watson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Right back to him on first down. And some room to maneuver. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A first down carry for Henry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And quickly, they get to the line. Henry running right. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Here's Watson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Henry will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
But, Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 60 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Hands it off out of the gun. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 160 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
In motion left, that's Cooper. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through 1 tackle. Gosh, he winds up getting 8 there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
And no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try the right side here with White. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Back to throw, Watson. Sack. They push him back to the 34. Dietrich Wise Jr., his 2nd sack of the night.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Watson now to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Here's Watson. Touchdown Raiders! Chase Claypool. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
14,
and they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Breaks through the contact. Breaks the tackle. Now Allen. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but now before he takes it inside the 40. 205 yards for him on the ground, as this has been a night to remember to this point. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down, they'll run it here. Muscles by at the 25. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a two-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a two-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Now Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a first down throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a three-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Derrick Henry all alone. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
This is caught. Touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders are back within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. Gets past one man. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Trying to take this home. They'll run. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason, it shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Again to Henry. Take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derrick Henry, 15 yards. And the Raiders have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. That's into the hands of Chosen. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing now is Wilson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Wilson. Steps away. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. This is 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by Chosen. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He's back to throw. That ball caught. It's Chosen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They come up now on 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. He's got some room to operate.
And he's across for a touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Here's first down.
One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly.
This ball intercepted.
And the Vikings are going